I was babysitting these 2 girls and they were horrible. They never listened to me and were such a pain. But I would never intentionally hurt anyone.
So you just run them over accidentally with your bike after you said that they were
I
horrible.
think they had it coming.
I mean. What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Anonymously Yours. If you're new to the show, every single week I'm joined with an incredible new guest, and we react and give advice to the craziest, juiciest confessions that are sent in anonymously, of course. So if you or a friend, a loved one, a cousin, a brother have any crazy, juicy confessions that you want to send in, please click the link and send it in. It will be sent. It will be completely anonymous, so don't worry. But without further ado, I want to welcome our amazing guest, Jake Clark.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me, Teala.
Jake.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm bad at scheduling.
No, you're so fine. All is well. You're here, and that's all that matters.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, Teala.
So, Jake, how did we meet for the folks at home wondering?
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like we have a ton of mutual friends.
So many mutual friends.
So I've definitely known about you for a while. And I'm not even going to lie. Like, I definitely watched some Teala vlogs back in the day.
Oh my God, Jake,
Yeah.
really?
Let's not get it twisted.
That's so cute. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And so, like, that was, like, obviously awesome. And, like, you know, obviously you're, like, our Wonder Pets and, like, Nickelodeon queen. But for sure, we had, like, mutual friends. And then I think I officially met you.
At VidCon.
Like
2018, maybe?
Yeah. I think it was with Nia. And
Yep,
then
Nia and Sophie.
we ran into you.
Yep.
And you were so nice.
Thank you.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Jake is literally one of my best friends. He's so sweet. I love him so much. He just has the best energy ever. So, Jake, what's one of the craziest things that's ever happened to you that nobody knows?
Okay, I can only tell you this because I just confessed this to my mom the other day after like...
So it's piping hot. This is fresh off the press.
Yeah, after like 5 years or maybe more
Ooh.
of it happening. I've kept this secret to myself.
Ooh.
Yeah, but anyways, basically I had just gotten my license in high school.
Okay.
And I was a junior in high school. And I thought I was a good driver, but I don't know if I really was.
You are a good driver. Well,
I think I've like improved a lot, but...
I've been in the car several times with Jake. We've gone to like Disneyland together and
Yeah.
long car rides, the beach, all the things. And he's a great driver.
Thanks, Teala. I think I've gotten pretty good, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I used to play volleyball, and so
Okay.
yeah. So after school, all the younger kids would always ask me for rides home, like from volleyball practice.
Yeah.
And one thing about me is I don't know how to say no.
This is true. This is true.
And so
he's so easily
Yeah.
convinced.
yeah, and so I just don't know how to say no. So this one kid, who shall not be named, I gave him a ride home every single day.
Ooh.
And I had just dropped him off at his house, and
You were like his personal Uber.
yeah. I don't
Wow.
know. How nice of me. And,
5 stars.
Yep, 5 stars for me. And I dropped him off, and I was driving home, and I was at a red light, and my phone like started calling, and it was my mom. And when my mom calls, like you answer.
Yeah.
It's like, especially in high school, like
Mama Clark calls.
she
you answer.
calls, and she's very protective. Like she knows where my location is at all times. Like she's on the lookout, and especially when I first started driving, like. And was in high school, like when she called, like you had to answer.
Yeah.
So I looked down at my phone,
That's all
and
it takes.
we were at a red light, and
Ooh.
I thought the light changed colors. So I just like step on the gas and run into the truck in front of me.
No.
And the guy gets out and he like starts cussing me out. He's like, "What the heck? You hit my car, blah, 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 blah."
Oh,
And then I was like, "I know, like, I'm so sorry." And my mom was on the phone. I was like, "Mom, I have to go." And so I just hung up on her. And then finally I got the guy to pull over on the other side of the road. And he got out and he like yelled at me some more. And then he looked at the back of this car and he was in a truck. So I just like, there was a hole in my car, but I just run into the back of his truck.
But there was no
damage. So he was like, "I have to go." And he just drove off. And I was
But your
like,
car was damaged?
I had a little hole in the front.
Oh, not
but
the
I mean, it was good that it like didn't have to go to insurance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I never lie about anything. I have like such a guilty conscience. But I knew my mom would like destroy me if I came home and told her.
No.
So I went on with my day, and of course my mom notices everything. So the day later, she was like, "Jake, what is this hole in the front of the car?" And I was like, "What is that?"
I don't know what happened.
It was like,
Maybe
what
a bird
is that?
died
And she was like, "You don't know where this came from?" And I was like, no, someone must have hit me in the high school parking lot. And she's like, we need to file a claim. And I was like, no, we don't.
No, it's not that deep.
No, it's not that deep. Like,
Friends.
don't worry about it. And so I drove around, you guys, with the guilt, like for a year and a half, like of knowing that I did this in my mom's car. And I never lie about anything. So I felt terrible about this.
Oh, no.
But then get this.
What?
Literally like a year and a half later, I'm on my way, I think to some like screening or something.
Yeah.
And I had to stop and get gas.
Oh, no.
And so I'm pumping my gas. And this woman is in front of me, like trying to get her gas.
Yeah.
But she forgets to turn on like her brake, and she just rolls straight into the front of my car,
No
exactly where my dent was.
No way! No!
And so then, like, she did more damage to my car, but now I got the whole thing fixed for free. And
Jake.
and so then business was as usual. The car looked better than it ever had.
Why is that like good karma though?
I know. I
Like,
felt
huh?
awful. And then the other night, it was my my sister-in-law's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, and so we were out for dinner, me and my family. And I don't know, I just decided like I wanted to stir up the pot at dinner. I was like, let's all confess to something.
Oh, Jake was in a juicy mood.
I was
Really
in
goofy
it.
mood.
Yeah. And so I was like, told my family and my mom about how I dented her car. And yeah,
What did she say? What did Mama Clark say?
I think she was just shocked. She's like, what else do I not know? But no, I think she was glad I told her, and it was a good bonding
well, now
experience
you
for
have a
us.
clear conscience. You're fine.
I feel good now. Now I
no
feel
more
good.
guilt. All is well.
Exactly.
That was a really good story. That's pretty crazy. What are the odds that that woman would hit you in the exact same spot?
I know.
You got it redone for free.
I know.
That's crazy.
But anyways, but don't.
Moral of the story, don't lie.
Yeah, be honest.
Be honest.
So.
Don't lie. No liars. Anyways, I'm happy that you confessed it to Mama Clark. We love Mama Clark in
We
this
do.
house. Now it is time for all the juicy stories that we have coming up. Are you ready for the breakdown, Jake?
Let's go. Yeah. What do we do?
Coming up, we have story number 1. My best friend started dating my brother, and now we aren't friends anymore. T. Number 2, I broke up with my boyfriend because of my anxiety. Go off, mental health first. Number 3, I told my friend I liked him, and he made fun of me. Okay, well, he's canceled. That's like, rude. Number 4, I accidentally ran over the kid I was babysitting with my bike. How do you accidentally run over a baby? Like, what?
I've been there.
Jake's like, oh, well, just a week ago. Okay, well, time for story number 1. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Buckle up. Friends, kids, parents, whoever's watching out there, grab a snack because things are about to get real. That was so corny. I'm so sorry. But just like grab a snack because you're going to be in for a wild ride. All right. Number 1. My best friend started dating my brother, and now we aren't friends. I'm a junior in high school, and I have a twin brother. We are pretty close, but still have typical brother-sister arguments every now and then. But overall, we have the same group of friends and usually get along great. It's weird having a twin because when one of you have sleepovers, they turn into co-ed parties because if he's having friends over, I want friends over too. Plus, we have the same friends, so it's always way more fun that way. That makes sense. That's cool. I don't know how I would feel about having a twin. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
If I had a twin, I would want to have a twin brother, not a twin sister.
Yeah.
I feel like having a twin sister is like, wow.
But it would be like a built-in bestie, which would be fun.
Or would it?
Oh, true.
I'm kidding. Last year, I had a sleepover with my friends, and my best friend admitted to me that she had a crush on my brother. At the time, I was super excited. Of course, I would want my best friend and my brother to date. They are two of my favorite people that I'm closest to, and the two that I spend the most time with. So I encouraged her to tell him. I also knew he secretly had a crush on her too. So I knew I wasn't setting her up for any failure. She ended up telling him, and they started dating. We had the best year ever. We all went to prom together, and he got one of his friends to go with me. Things were fun and really going well. Then all of a sudden, my best friend just stopped talking to me. She started hanging out with a completely different friend group at school and stopped seeing my brother as much. I heard that she was talking about how annoying I was and how I was always butting into their relationship. But it was so weird because, yes, we spent a lot of time together, but I definitely gave them their alone time. And she never brought that up to me. If she had told me, I would have given them a lot more space. It just really rubbed me the wrong way because she totally just ghosted me instead of talking to me, her best friend. I don't know what to do because she's still dating my brother, but now I don't like her.
Ooh.
She's still dating the brother? That's tea.
That's tricky because like I like it seems all good at first. You're like, oh, two people I love, but like, you know,
I don't
relations
know.
either like usually, you know, end up in breakups.
Yeah.
So it was
Not my
bound
hair
to.
lip. I have to be honest. She sounds really shady because, like, why is she talking crap about you to, like, her new friend?
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, why is she saying you're that doesn't sound like a true friend. I would never talk that, like, say that about my actual friends, huh?
Yeah, especially regardless, like they are different people, like regardless of her relationship. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's, like, cool of her. And the fact that she's still dating your brother is weird because she just ghosted you, but you probably have to see her often because you guys are twins. So, oof. Girl, I would say don't wait for closure because clearly this is the closure. Like, she's not a true friend.
Yeah.
My advice to you, girl, if you're listening to this, if you're looking for closure, I think her actions speak louder than words. I think the closure is right there. She's not a true friend of yours. I don't think any true friend is going to just ghost somebody that you were that close. How are you going to be best friends with somebody and then just ghost them?
Yeah,
out of
and then
nowhere?
talk bad about them too.
And then literally talk bad about them to a new group of people. That's literally spreading rumors for no reason. And you're still dating her brother? Like, this girl obviously doesn't really, like, she doesn't have any respect for you. So I would just move right along. Hopefully your brother sees the truth. I mean, if she really makes your brother happy, go for it. But I would just keep my distance and just move on.
Yeah, you can still be civil, but
Yeah, I would just leave it at that.
yeah.
Okay, Jake, it's time for story number 2. I broke up with my boyfriend because of my anxiety. I have struggled with anxiety for a while now because of a wide range of circumstances. I've always had the support of my friends and family, but it's obviously uncomfortable to talk about with people when I first meet them, especially when I want them to like me. I met my boyfriend at a party and we instantly clicked. We had a lot in common and had a really good time hanging out with all of our friends. After a few weeks of hanging out, we started dating. It's really my fault for not bringing it up to him, but I felt like it was too early to tell him that I had severe anxiety. And then we were dating and I felt like it was too late to bring it up because it could be a deal breaker. I know it's my anxiety talking now, even going through these scenarios. But nonetheless, every time I had a panic attack, I would retreat and hide it from him, which honestly I think made my anxiety even worse. I just couldn't bring myself to tell him. So it got to the point where I just had to call it quits because it was eating me alive. I feel so stupid now because I know he would have been totally supportive because he's a super nice guy and totally understanding. He didn't really understand why we broke up, and I really wanted to remain friends, but he said it was way too hard to remain friends, which I totally understand. But I was hoping he would at least still be in my life, and maybe if we were just friends, I would have the guts to tell him that my anxiety was the reason why we couldn't work out and be together. That's so sad.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Girl, I feel like you should just tell him. He sounds like a great guy, and he probably was like so shocked as to why you guys broke up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Like, it's so sad. Like, I don't know. I definitely understand. Like, I do struggle, like, with a lot of anxiety. Like, that keeps me up, you know, at nighttime. And, like, the best thing for me has been, like, being able to talk to it about people. And it's so good, like, that you, if you're listening, have your group of friends and family and, like, supportive people that you can tell.
Yeah, I just feel really bad for her. I feel
Same.
like she's surrounded by good people. And I personally find that whenever I have something bottled up or like something's on my mind, I feel so much better getting off my chest or like journaling or like talking about it with family or friends. And I personally think you should reach back out to him and let him know because it sounds like you still like him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's so hard to bottle things up. Like,
Yeah.
I know the feeling of not telling anyone how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And so I understand, like, why, you know, I feel like you were trying to protect both of you.
Exactly. And she probably didn't want to feel like she was a burden or like,
Yeah, but you're not a burden.
You're not a burden at all. And mental health is so important.
Exactly.
And, you know, first of all, if he's the right guy for you, he would be supportive and understanding. And that's not going to be a deal breaker for anybody. I mean, a lot of people struggle with mental health issues, and I think he would just be there for you and support you. And
Exactly.
I think the foundation of any relationship, friendship, for, you know, more than anything, I think it's important to have like trust and be like open and honest. So I think you should reach back out to him and let him know the real reason why you guys broke up. And honestly, he'll probably ask you out again, I think.
I agree with T.
Period per. Woo! Okay, time for story number 3. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready.
I told my friend I liked him and he made fun of me. First of all,
I don't. Oh, this one already has me upset.
I'm sweating from this already because it's so rude. It's so rude. I had been really close with my guy friend since I was in elementary school. We always hung out together from an early age and truly grew up together. It never felt romantic because we were just so young. Even as we expanded our friend group, him and I remained super close. As we got older, I started to grow an attraction for him. I never really thought much about it or acted on it because we were truly such good friends and I didn't want to ruin that. I was very sensitive to that because of our friendship and how long we've known each other. Neither of us have really dated anyone, so the idea lingered that maybe we were secretly waiting to date each other. Sometimes I felt like he was giving me hints, but they were also so subtle, it could have been nothing. We were at the fair and there was a hot air balloon and he insisted that we would go in it. What fair are you guys going on that there's a hot air balloon? Huh? Invite me to that fair, because what? Anywho, that must be a nice fair. I felt like I had to tell him how I felt. I figured we were such good friends and that if he didn't feel the same, at least I got it off my chest and we could begin to move on from that and remain close friends. And hopefully he wouldn't judge me since he was such a great friend of mine. He seemed kind of receptive to it when I told him, but he politely told me he wasn't sure if he felt the same way. When we got off the hot air balloon, we rejoined with our friend group, and the guys were all laughing about something. I wasn't sure what they were talking about, but when I got closer, I realized that they were laughing at me for telling him that I liked him. I was so embarrassed and hurt. I got to be honest, I don't like that. They don't sound like true friends. Like that's just like so rude and almost like bullying vibe.
It is bullying. I liking people is so annoying.
Ugh,
because
me too.
it's like so frustrating that you have to deal with someone else's emotions and you don't know what they're thinking.
And then you get butterflies in your stomach.
And you get butterflies, and then you want to tell them, but you're like, if I tell them, it'll ruin the friendship.
Yep.
And go you for being brave. Like, first of all, let's say that.
Also, like, kudos to you for being vulnerable and honest and like opening up. And the fact that like he ran and told his friends, and they're all like, oh, like that's so rude.
It would be one thing if like he was just nice and was like, oh, like, I'm sorry, like I don't know if I feel the same way, and kept it to himself.
Yeah,
but
the
for
fact
him
that
to
the minute he got off the hot air balloon, he literally told the entire friend group, and then they're laughing at her. Like that literally is borderline bullying, if you ask me.
Yeah,
that's so
I think
rude.
it is. That's so messed up.
And I just feel like something like that can really like, I don't know, scar a person.
This is why I get afraid to tell people things.
Literally, because stories like this.
Because people can be mean. Like
I really respect your bravery, girl.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think you're amazing, and I think honesty is always the best policy, and I respect you for being honest with your feelings. And honestly, not the biggest fan of this guy, and definitely not the biggest fan of his friends. They can all shove it, because that's rude. Don't laugh at somebody when they're being vulnerable and like talking about their feelings. That's really
exactly.
not
There's
cool.
a nice way to be like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, or
And don't run and tell them that quick. Like that's just so like, oh, guess what she did? Like, ew. Yeah, they're canceled, but you're not, and we love you, girl. So I hope that you're okay. Period. Per. Okay, Jake, it's time for our final story.
Oh, okay.
Will you take it away?
Oh, I get to read it?
You get to read it.
Let's go.
It's
Okay.
my favorite story.
Story number 4. I accidentally ran over the kid I was babysitting with my bike. And let's begin.
Let's begin, guys.
I swear, I'm not a bad babysitter. I was babysitting these 2 girls and they were horrible. They never listened to me and were such a pain. But I would never intentionally hurt anyone.
So you just run them over accidentally with your bike after you said that they were horrible.
I think they had it coming.
I mean.
Let me put into perspective how terrible these girls are. When I would take them to the pool and it was time to leave, but they didn't want to go, they would claw at me and scream at the top of their lungs.
Oh my
as
gosh.
soon as
Not
I
the
got
violence. Claw at you.
As soon as I got them in the car, they would roll down the windows and jump out to avoid going home.
Put them on child lock. This is so bad. Jump out
Of a moving vehicle. They were horrible and they fed off each other. Wait, does that mean like they eat each other?
No, like one would do something bad and the other person would do something bad and the other, like they feed off each other's negative energy.
Okay, but we're not done. So let's keep going. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the girls one day in summer and they wanted to go to the park down the street from their house. I was reluctant because I was worried they would run off and cause trouble, but I decided to go. When we got there, they were doing their thing, being absolutely horrible. So I decided it was time to go home. They didn't want to leave, so I said, fine, I will leave you here alone, trying to scare them. I wouldn't actually leave them. I started riding the bike away, and at first they didn't care. But when I got far enough down the street, they started running after me. I turned around on the bike to try and catch them, and one of them ran right in front of the bike. I rolled over her. I couldn't believe it. I obviously felt bad. We got her some Band-Aids, and she was totally fine. Luckily, the sisters were fighting, so when the mom got home and asked what happened, she blamed it on the sister.
Oh.
I was off the hook.
Oh. Not these girls being violent.
I love this story.
That story was great.
That was great. And I have a similar.
Do you? Oh my God, please tell us.
So I babysat my neighbors.
Oh no. How old are they?
I don't know. There was 3 of them. And they were like.
That's a lot of kids.
They were a lot. And like, kids are fun. But if they're annoying, then I'm not into it, you know? And so I was babysitting, and it was like one of my first time babysitting. I feel like I was in middle school. Like, who let me babysit? I'm still a child myself. And so the mom specifically told me, she's like, do not give the kids chocolate, okay? I was like,
oh no. You said I
like,
won't.
You got it. I will not give them chocolate. So then one of them comes running in the kitchen. Jay, can I have chocolate? And I was like, no. Your mom said no. She's like, give me chocolate. I was like, no. And she's like, well, I'm going to run away. I was like, do it. And so then,
what?
Well, I didn't say it like that. I was like, oh, it was like a similar situation where I'm like,
fine.
Okay, fine,
Yeah,
run away.
Go ahead.
So she ran out the door.
Oh.
And we live like, you know, in this like tiny little cul-de-sac neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know. And so she like ran off, and I was just like watching the other 2 kids, and I don't know, she came back after like 30 minutes. But
what was she doing for 30 minutes?
she was hiding in the bush. Like I could see her outside. I was like, I'm not like, gonna deal with this right now. But anyway, she came home, and then I don't know, they started having fun. So they told their parents like they love me babysitting. And so the parents kept calling. I was like, I'm not like watching your kids again. So
oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I get it. Like it was not your fault, but it's just funny.
I mean, honestly, go off. This story was so like one of my favorite
That's
stories.
so funny.
Honestly, I couldn't stop laughing the whole time. I'm just glad the babies are okay. But
yeah, no, obviously, like as long as no one's hurt.
As
like,
long as no one's hurt,
fun.
but also like, why are they like so violent? Like, not them climbing out of the moving vehicle, not them clawing the babysitter. Like, these girls have some anger issues. Like, they need to like figure it out now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's got to be
That's lot
like,
to take in.
Bratty behavior.
They're definitely iPad kids. That's some iPad. Those are. I can spot an iPad baby a mile away. That's an iPad baby.
Put them on the Brat podcast.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. So Jake.
Yeah, what's up?
Now it's time to talk about you.
Oh.
What do you have working on? What do you want to promote?
Well, I just had a new song come out. Yeah, it's called.
What's it called?
It's called "Give You Away." It's one of my favorites.
It does sound really good. I listened to it. I heard it on the tickety tockety.
Thanks for listening. Yeah, it was super exciting. So that was an exciting thing for me. And I hate when people say this. I hate when people are like, oh, I can't tell you.
Yeah, but it is true.
But it is true.
Legally cannot.
I legally.
Otherwise, they will find you, and they will come and find you.
Yeah.
And
but there's like exciting things going on.
Exciting things in the works.
Yeah.
And it's true. He's not being that person. He actually, I know the secrets, but you can't know.
But happy to be here.
Woo! And Jakey, where can they follow you on the gram and TikTok and all the things?
You can follow me on any of my social networking sites. At It's Jake Clark.
Period.
Jake Clark on LinkedIn. Yeah, give me those connects.
Yep.
And I love you if you're watching.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. T, where can they find you?
At TTLI Teala.
Did you guys know it means totally?
Everyone always thinks it means talk to you later.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It's supposed to be totally. I was like 13.
I know, guys. We have a big crowd here and everyone's going crazy.
Why? That was like before, I don't know, because I ran out of like characters because it was too long. So I was like TTLI.
Yeah, it's
now
good.
It's just stuck. I mean, I could totally just get at Teala, but I just feel like TTLI.
I like it. It's like
Whatever,
your,
it's
your thing.
It's my little thingy.
Yeah.
Well, that is all for this episode of Anonymously Yours. I love you guys so much. And if you want to submit any crazy confessions, anonymous, of course, don't worry, we will not be exposing you. Make sure you guys click the link and send in your submissions. We want to hear the juice. We want to hear the tea. And I loved all these stories today. We love you guys so much. And make sure to check out Jake Clark and follow us and give this video a like and tell all your friends about the podcast. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.